Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs, and this is Monster Hunter World. We recorded these hunts last week on Salty Walty's stream with his friend Beans, and I'm going to give you a link to both of them in the description here. And just wanted to give you a quick look at the equipment. I'm running a Mighty Strong Arm 2 Charge Blade and a mixed set of Legiana Damascus gear with also an Odogaron coil. And this is the set of skills that gives me. So, anyway, on to the action. Okay, and now we are after Xeno'jiiva, the last boss of the game, more or less. And I got into the quest a couple of, maybe a good minute or two after everybody else did. And also, yes, Nova there is Heavy Arms, if you remember from Gundam Battle Operation. So yeah, Heavy's joined us, and man, yeah, poor Beans needs some better armor because he just took a beating during these Elder fights. But yeah, this is I really kind of like this. It was hard to fight the first couple of times. I actually failed this twice before I beat it. It's the only thing in the game, I think, that I failed twice. Possibly the only one I failed once, but definitely the only one I failed twice before I got it. And it took me that long to figure out what was taking me down 9 times out of 10 was just my own foolishness. Because when it is raging, it has this thing where it'll rear back for a second and then just kind of stomp. And when it's raging, it will sink its front legs into the ground and then explode. And I kept getting caught in that explosion, which I finally learned to watch for that. It took me 2 whole tries, but I did. So right now it's, it's like breath is probably the biggest threat. Well, that and having it land on you is not pleasant either. But as you can see, mostly they are messing it up pretty hard because it's dropping materials left and right. It's dropping all kinds of pods. And yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah, we've staggered it again. We're getting reassuring messages from the handler because, of course, this is Beans' first time through. So, falling boulders? I didn't know you could knock boulders onto it. Okay, well, I think somebody did, so that's good to know. I hit it with a slinger pod, just picked up a couple more thorn pods, already launched one and missed, fired another one, and now it's time to hit this because I'm at a good angle. And there's the elemental sword charge, and now it's just... yeah, you can see the little 4s popping up off my damage. And that's the extra little ticks of elemental damage, in this case impact damage, off of the sword charge. And it staggered me with its roar, and we've already gotten to phase 2. Yeah, this is going to be a short fight now that we've got 4 hands. Because, yeah, grab the piercing pod. That's my favorite thing to use against this because... just look, as long as if you can get a piercing pod used on this thing lengthwise, it will do all kinds of damage because this thing is huge. The big, ugly, spider-eyed dragon, ow, hit me through the rock formation with the beams. Yeah, this is where I drank a potion, used the fireproof mantle to put myself out. Which, yeah, I guess it would smother the fire, but it's like, it seems like it should just lock the heat in. Yeah, now it is... and now it is raging. Yeah, and see all those 10s? I just did like 70, 80, 100 damage to it. Yeah, that is the power of piercing pods on this thing. I also think this is just slightly larger than the standard Xeno. I'm not sure. But yeah. Piercing pods are great against this. If you see them, grab them. They're less likely to stagger it, I think, than basically any other kind of pod you can pick up, but... yeah, now, I should have just gone right into this. I should have started firing right now, but I think I may have thought someone put it to sleep, but I'm not sure you actually can. But, yeah, solid damage there on the tail, 203 plus 3, pops of 18. Decent. And since it was standing still, I managed to get my files recharged. Managed to miss the beam cannon there. Like I said, I want an anti-beam mantle now to go with this. Yeah, that's what it does that murdered me every time. That is horrific. But that's a pretty great attack, the prolonged beam there, because if you're not in front of it, if it's not going to hit you, you have a good opportunity to get behind it and do some damage. More piercing pods. Obviously, I grabbed them. But with it laying on its side, it was time to take a swing. Well, caught it in the foot. That's not bad. And now I will probably, put up my weapon and go with the piercing pods, because again, just damage. Also, life powder for Beans, because, yeah, he's kind of on fire. So, I dropped a couple of them, because, yeah, that was a tough spot. So, yeah, about 60 damage off of that. Something similar there. Yeah, so, yeah, the magic of piercing pods. They're great. I'm not sure what I was looking for there, but ow. Let's see. I was getting my health booster ready, because, yeah, needed health. Got one more piercing pod I can use on it, but I could stand to be a little closer before I do. Let's see. Slinger bombs. I decided to swap for those instead, because those tend to stagger. So that seemed like a good choice since it was, being a jerk. I used them all too quickly or it would have staggered more than it did, but decent damage. It's funny. Monster Hunter's own music is excellent. I've always enjoyed it, but whenever I fight this, I just keep hearing, like, Dragon Quest boss music in my head. Like, specifically from 3, I think it is. Now I'm just waiting to get a good charge going and get back on it, but... And my fireproof mantle is, I believe, discharged, so... charged that. Am I going to go for the full charge or just start swinging? Well, I'm going to go for the pod, I think. Yep. No, I didn't grab it as I went. I'm surprised. Yeah, this is one... I think I was probably more confident fighting this than anything else because I did have to do this so many times. So, I've fought this jerk, and I have a pretty good idea of where the best places to stand are and what attacks just get the heck away from. So, yeah, this is one of my better monster hunting subjects. I actually used Xeno'jiiva as the first test of this new armor, and it holds up pretty well. Ton of damage there from the pods. And more pods. And staggered from landing on the ground. That was, I think it was just outside of its range. If it had had a case of explosions, it would have probably... It wouldn't have killed me, but it would have done tremendous damage. Caught it in the shoulder with... Man, that's a lot of 50s. Very nice. I think the chest must be its weak point. Which makes sense since it's kind of translucent, and I think you can kind of see its heart through it. So, yeah, that's a logical thing to assume. But, yeah, so I have the reach to hit the chest if I'm lucky. But positioning myself to do that is something I'll have to work on in the future, because it is pretty good. Okay, and... Good shot. Did not knock the tail off. I'm amazed. Like I said, I don't think I got any tail breaks on anything while we were doing this, and I was pretty good at that with last time when Zero and Salty and I got together. So, but yeah, Salty and Beans had played Monster Hunter together forever. Starting with Freedom Unite, which they both had ridiculous amounts of hours put into. So, you know, I think considering they've been at this long, I'm, hanging pretty well considering. Let's see. Just waiting for a good angle. And another... Oh. Was slightly on fire there for a moment. I think I walked right into Salty's attack. Salty or Heavy, one of the two. And... Sword charged. And I'm probably going to try and get the super before my shield is done. Man, right in the neck. That was great. And now it's time to get my shield ready to charge again if I can. Yeah, I should probably spend more time worrying about strike zones on monsters than I do, but I tend to typically attack the hind legs. I think partly I'm hoping to knock it over, and again, that seems like one of the best places to stand to make sure that you don't take a lot of damage. So, and just waiting to see. And let's see, probably going to charge my... Oops, I was going to charge my shield, but it interrupted me with a roar. Rude. And there. Oh, it is raging, so... Time to be careful. It's probably best to be standing towards the back if I'm going to be swinging, because... Okay. Yeah, now... Since I couldn't tell what direction it was facing and what it was doing, it was a good time to be running away. Because you do not want to get caught by that explosion. Or that explosion. Or any explosion, really. I mean, but let's see if I can get... There we go. It is done. Yeah, because, you know, that goes a lot faster with a group of 4. So, it was good to be... good to have Heavy along, because that went really smoothly, considering. But yeah, like I said, Xeno'jiiva, I like the design. It can be vicious if you're not used to the pattern, but it's one that like I said, through trial and error, I got pretty good at telling when not to be attacking it to avoid taking at least the high damage hits. Got a bunch of scales and shells off of it. Not bad. Trying to remember if it'll actually show me the my drops after this, or if I would have to get through the credits for it. I know poor Beans, after this, he hadn't done this yet, so he got so sick of the credits, he actually closed out of the application, and it turns out that if you do that in the middle of the credits, it makes you watch the credits again from the beginning. So we had like just half an hour of downtime and chatting while we were waiting for him to get through that, because, oh, that took forever. Oh, I got the gem. I forgot that. Yeah, that's the one we got the gem from. High Commendation, bunch of Elder Dragon Bones, and we'll be back tomorrow with a short wrap-up hunt.